You have nothing to fear. We're Christians, and we are here to help you.
You who let my mother die.
You will give our Bat God the respect that he's due.
What say you to the idea of wearing a costume?
I just want to talk.
Then talk. He isn't ready yet.
How could you have missed this?
This isn't over.
Why so serious?
I'm going to end you. Let's finish this.
Come on, get excited.
Batman History Lesson. Let's put Aztec Batman, Clash of Empires, into context with some history you probably learned back in high school. The year was 1519. Hernán Cortés led a force of 600 conquistadors into the land of the Aztecs. The Spaniards had steel weapons, horses, and cannons. But with such a small force, they could never have hoped to conquer the Aztec nation, which consisted of several million citizens spread across the empire. However, the Aztecs had many enemies, due in no small part to the astonishingly high number of human sacrifices performed using war prisoners. So, Cortés spent time going through the countryside, either befriending native communities or destroying them, depending on their willingness to take his side. And so, his numbers grew. The Spaniards arrived at Tenochtitlan, and they were cautiously welcomed. The city amazed the newcomers with its white palaces, temples, and rich, bustling markets. But the Spaniards soon took Emperor Moctezuma II as a hostage inside his own palace. In 1520, Cortés left the city to defeat a Spaniard force that had arrived on the coast, with instructions from Cuba's governor to arrest him. That problem solved, he returned to the capital with an increased force of over 1,000 Spaniards, only to find that the situation in Tenochtitlan had exploded. His lieutenant had massacred Aztec citizens at a religious festival. Outrage swept through the city. The natives were seething with fury. Cortés tried to pacify the citizens by having Moctezuma address his people from a palace balcony, but it didn't go so well. The emperor's subjects showered him with stones and various projectiles, severely wounding him, though it is unclear whether this killed him or if the Spaniards finished the job. With the city in full revolt, the foreigners and their allies made a run for it. Though they tried to escape, the Spaniards still lost half their forces. It was a short-lived victory. Smallpox devastated the population of Tenochtitlan, killing tens of thousands, including the next emperor. Weakened and leaderless, the capital of the Aztecs was besieged in 1521 by Cortés, his conquistadors, and more of his native allies. Causeways were swarmed, supplies were cut off, and day by day the city starved. Still, the people of Tenochtitlan fought ferociously, street by street, house by house, until at last, on August 31st, 1521, the city finally fell. The Aztec Empire was no more. Aztec Batman's timeline stretches from the moment when Cortés begins approaching native tribes to the point when the conquistadors are driven from the capital. There are many ways in which Aztec Batman stayed true to overall Batman lore. Tragic death of his parents, Batcave, crafting of various tools and weapons, including batarangs, a gliding contraption, even a rudimentary grappling gun, a very helpful butler and surrogate father, the bat costume and armor, romantic attraction to a cat burglar, an array of familiar villains, including Two-Face, the Joker, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, and even a teaser in the credits for Penguin. A fun surprise is how Cortés becomes Two-Face after receiving an extra-large scratch from Jaguar Woman, aka Catwoman, which severely damages half of his face. He still flips a coin when making important decisions. What will blow your mind, though, is the tragic yet horrific origin story of the Joker. Yoka, the emperor's chief priest, thinks he's in contact with a benevolent god, and it's been telling him to commit human sacrifice and to allow the conquistadors into the city. After seeing how Yoka's recommendations always lead to more death, the emperor banishes him from his court. Yoka returns home and reunites with his mother and remaining family. His god tells him that he needs to prove his purity of faith to the emperor. So, Yoka commits a truly despicable act. He willingly makes a sacrifice out of his own family. As he kneels before their bones and ashes, the god Yoka, believed to be benevolent, reveals himself instead to be the trickster god. Shocked to his core, Yoka realizes how all the human sacrifices he ever performed were pointless and evil atrocities. Yoka's mind breaks, and he finally goes insane. He covers his skin with the white ashes of his family and uses his own blood to paint a smile on his face.
You've always smiled since you were little.
You should smile more, Yoka.
It's all in the name. Yoka. Joker. Get it? Once you figure out that little funny, you wonder why you didn't recognize it sooner. Also, did you catch Yoka's mom asking the question,
Why so serious?
and remember how we don't know exactly who killed Moctezuma? In Aztec Batman, it was the Joker. Because now that he was insane and completely under the sway of the trickster god, all he wanted to do was bring chaos and destruction down upon the Aztec people. In my opinion, this was an awesome way for the storytellers to take advantage of that hole in the official histories. Well done.